I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
Even though Captain America, with all his superpowers, seems unstoppable, the talk about the original Cap's return just won't quit. Chris Evans, who's open to the idea but not committing, addressed rumors of an Avengers reunion by saying it won't happen anytime soon. But here's the twist: time plays a tricky role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. After the events with Thanos and Tony Stark, Steve Rogers time travels to the past, lives a full life, and comes back as an older man. We notice a wedding band on his finger, sparking curiosity from Sam Wilson. When asked about it, Captain Rogers slyly replies, "No, I don't think I will." It's pretty clear he married Peggy Carter and finished his mission of returning the Infinity Stones. Now, the buzz is that this journey of returning the stones might be the central focus of the rumored Nomad project. So, could we be seeing more of Steve Rogers' adventures in the future? For those unfamiliar with it, the original Nomad is a different persona than Steve Rogers assumes after ditching the Captain America costume and title. The story unfolds in Captain America number 180, where Rogers becomes disheartened with the US government after discovering a high-ranking official, likely President Richard Nixon, leads the terrorist organization Secret Empire. This revelation shatters Rogers' faith in the nation's integrity, leading him to forsake his Captain America identity. However, a face-off with Hawkeye, disguised as the Golden Archer, makes Rogers realize he can't give up his hero's life. Thus, he adopts the name Nomad, signifying a man without a country. His new outfit, devoid of patriotic symbols, features dark blue and yellow hues. Nomad's stint is short-lived, lasting only 4 issues of the comic and marked by varying degrees of success, including a comical mishap where he trips over his own cape. In Captain America number 184, Rogers returns to the Captain America role, realizing he can champion America's ideals without blindly supporting the government. It's a fascinating chapter in Steve Rogers' journey, showcasing his struggles with disillusionment and his commitment to being a hero on his own terms. What's in the name of Nomad and how was it discovered? Well, Nomad holds a special place in both the MCU and the comics. Originally, it was a heroic title that Steve Rogers embraced after stepping away from the Captain America role in Captain America number 180. Many fans thought this would be repeated after Captain America Civil War, heading into Avengers Infinity War. However, co-director Joe Russo clarified on the Fantasy Focus Football podcast that while he wasn't exactly Nomad, he embodied the spirit of that character. Despite Chris Evans leaving the scene, the name Nomad persisted. In 2020, alongside trademarks like Secret Invasion, Ironheart, and Armor Wars, Marvel Studios' Nomad was trademarked. Unlike the others, Marvel didn't publicly announce this move. However, according to Murphy's Multiverse, the trademark is still active after 3 years. This hints that the studio might have plans for Nomad and the Super Soldier linked to the title. It also strengthens reports from 2021 that Chris Evans might reprise his role as Cap. Importantly, if he does return, he might not be embarking on his journey through time alone. The intriguing part involves Black Widow possibly returning to work alongside Nomad. Rumors and reports suggest Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff might be part of Steve Rogers' journey to tidy up the timeline. Even though there's no official confirmation, hints existed before the Nomad discussions. Despite Johansson's belief that only a Marvel miracle could bring her back, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige had mentioned a top-secret Marvel Studios project on her to-do list. Nomad could be the project, and the subreddit post hinted at both Johansson and Evans being on board as executive producers and reuniting on screen. In a universe that's traversing time and space, the question remains: where could Cap and Nat end up in a world that has moved on without them? Where would Nomad fit in the MCU? The beauty of being a man out of time and a once-dead assassin is that Steve Rogers and Natasha Romanoff could pop up anywhere in the future of the MCU. While we might not see them conversing with the new Black Panther, Shuri, or Shang-Chi, the Nomad story could be placed anywhere, just as Black Widow arrived after Avengers Endgame. There might not be upcoming stories for them to collide with, but characters already in the mix could cross paths with this brave and forgotten pair. Loki, the iconic foe of Steve Rogers and Romanoff, is at the center of time-related matters. It would make sense for him to be alarmed by the activities of two old acquaintances who find themselves where they don't belong. Pulling them out of their involvement with the Infinity Stones could lead to unexpected places. They might even be part of a scheduled secret war, as hinted at in recent developments. However, recent changes in the MCU might have thrown things into even more chaos than we realize. Could Marvel's recent TV reworking make space for Nomad? It's important to note that the potential return of these thought-to-be-gone heroes linked to Nomad is all based on details neither confirmed nor denied by Marvel Studios. If it's happening, events like the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes may have temporarily halted the creative process, and internal issues might further stall the momentum. With projects being rescheduled, strategized, and restarted, especially on the small screen, the question arises: is there any space for Nomad to weave through it all? In this time when the MCU explores dimensions and history, Steve Rogers' drop-off of the Infinity Stones could pop up anywhere. The last time we saw him, he was in his 80s. While neither Evans nor Johansson are close to that age, there's enough time for either of them to reappear. Cap might not have wanted to reveal where he'd been, but somewhere down the line, not necessarily until the end, we might find out after all. The MCU continues to keep us on our toes with its twists and turns, and the potential return of Nomad adds another layer of anticipation to this ever-evolving saga. A Nomad the Steve Rogers movie could be a thoughtful way to preserve Sam Wilson's journey as Captain America. The prospect of Chris Evans returning to the MCU as Captain America has raised concerns among many fans, primarily due to the franchise already having a new Captain America in Sam Wilson. The passing of the mantle and shield from Steve Rogers to Sam Wilson at the end of Avengers Endgame was a pivotal moment, brilliantly explored in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sam's acceptance of the Captain America mantle carried significant emotional weight and should not be overshadowed. Sam Wilson, now Captain America, needs the time and space to grow in the MCU, with his next appearance slated for Phase 5's Captain America New World Order. The challenge lies in balancing Sam's development while acknowledging the looming presence of Steve Rogers' Captain America. Bringing back Chris Evans as Captain America in the present could potentially disrupt this delicate balance. To address this concern, Marvel Studios might consider the development of a Nomad project as an alternative. A Nomad storyline would offer a touching and intense exploration of Steve Rogers' character without delving into the legacy of Captain America. This approach would allow Sam Wilson to fully embrace his role as Captain America without feeling overshadowed or undermined by the return of the original Captain America. In this way, both characters can coexist, each with their own narrative arc, contributing to the rich tapestry of the MCU. And that concludes today's video. Thanks for tuning in. We look forward to having you back for the next one. Feel free to drop your suggestions for future videos in the comments below. Until then, take care and stay tuned for more exciting content.